I know it's Easter, but I want to back up to Christmas. I think you all know how the Christmas story begins in the Gospel of Luke. We've heard it 100 times. Luke chapter 2, verse 1. A decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be enrolled. Well, on this Easter Sunday, I am going to make a decree. And if you are a visitor with us today, this has nothing to do with you. But this is my decree for all the members of Holy Trinity Lutheran Church that begins today and will continue tomorrow and from henceforth and forevermore, as long as you know me and as long as I'm pastor of this congregation. You are not allowed to tell me about one more TV program that you think I would like. I am already addicted to more TV programs than I can keep up with. And TV has gotten better. The Good Wife, Scandal, The Americans, Blue Bloods, Nashville. All kinds of programs that are really, really, really good. I didn't need another one. You know, on Sunday morning, just before worship starts, I'll come in this door and I'll play like I'm a politician. I'll greet everybody. I'll talk to the visitors. I'll ask you how you're doing, but I really don't want you to tell me too much. And I'll shake your hand, pat you on the back. I'll tell Tom how good it is to see him back in church after his battle. We're glad to have you back, Tom. Most of you wanted Tom to get well because you loved him. I wanted him to get well because he takes care of my cars. I love you, Tom. But anyway, I was minding my own business, just walking around saying, how you doing? How's it going? Good to have you. I hope you come back, all that kind of stuff. And I was wandering right here, I can remember it. And Joan Faust had this look on her face. And she grabbed my hand. She didn't say, good morning, I love you, and all that kind of stuff. None of that. She said, have you seen the new TV program called Crisis? And I said, no, not yet. She said, well, you should. And tell me next week how you like it. Well, I'm thinking, well, do I really have to watch this now? Yeah, I do, because next week she's going to ask me how I liked it, and you know me, I could never lie. Not intentionally. Oh, Lord, don't we have fun here, Bill? Anyway, now I'm hooked. If you have never seen Crisis, watch it. And I think you will agree it is one of the best TV programs ever to be. The premise is this. A whole lot of very important children, high schoolers, have been kidnapped by terrorists, so to speak. And these are important children. The president's son, the chief of staff's son, several children of ambassadors and CIA agents and so forth. All very important people in the Washington, D.C. area. And the terrorists are calling the parents one by one with an assignment to disrupt our government. And the assignment, no matter what it might be, and some of these are terrible. Some of these involve torturing people. Some of them involved of sabotaging one thing or another. Some even call upon the people to kill somebody. And the terrorists will tell the parents, unless you do this, your child will die. Whoa. The reason I like this program so much is because it causes us to think to what extent we would go in this situation. For example, Kurt, what if you were told that unless you assassinated Pastor Grucky, you would never see your daughter again? What would you do? Take me out of the picture. Think about it. What would you do? To what extent would you go to save the life of one of your children? And that's the premise of crisis. And unless there is a major one here at the church, do not call me when that program is on. What we have here today with the Passion of Christ is a crisis. We get to see and celebrate the extent to which God went to save the lives of His children. When we were kidnapped by the powers of sin, death, and the devil, the crisis began. God said, what am I going to do to win my children back? And so He came up with a plan. The first plan was, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give my children 10 commandments, 10 rules. And if they obey these commandments and show that they have reformed and that they have repented and that they have come back to me, all will be well. There will be peace in the kingdom once again. Well, that plan failed. No matter how hard we, His children, tried, we could not follow and keep to the letter all of those commandments. So there was a crisis. And so that God needed a perfect sacrifice, there was only one that could be made. And that was His only Son, Jesus Christ. God didn't want to have to do this. It was His only Son. Can you imagine giving up your only Son? And so God sent His Son, Jesus Christ, into the world to live for us, to love for us, to teach us, and finally to die so that we might be brought back to God and to His kingdom. You all know John 3:16. For God so loved us so much that He was willing to give up His only Son, so that all who would believe in Him would not perish but have eternal life. Today we are celebrating a crisis that was very difficult for Jesus to endure. The Passion story is a horrible story, but it's a story that took place solely to redeem you and me and to bring us back to our Father who is in heaven. So on this Easter day, I want us to think about this. We know and we celebrate the extent to which God went to save us. During this Easter season and forevermore, I want you to ask yourselves this question. If He would do this for us, give up His only Son, as we look to the future of our relationship with God and His church through faith in Jesus Christ, what would we be willing to sacrifice to get the word out that Christ is arisen? I am so done.